Hey guys, welcome back. I've added something to the background. Slowly but surely this room is coming together and I'm very, very excited about it. I've ordered, it sounds weird to say the word tapestry because that sounds like, I don't know, something from the 1830s, but I've ordered tapestries for the wall. One of them will cover this entire, pretty much the entire wall that sits to the left of me. The other one is going to go on the wall that's in front of me, and then I can use it for backgrounds and things like that as well for pictures, and I'm very excited. But we're here to talk about my new Project 10 pan, because apparently I'm a panner now. I had such good success with my first one that I thought, why not challenge myself? Let's do it again. But let's put in some slightly more difficult products to work my way through, one of which I am very nervous about. But I've got them all sitting in this little bag here, so let's just pull them out, see where we're at from a starting point, and then I'll do probably monthly updates from here on out. So let's just dig in, shall we? First up is Flamingo from MAC, and you will recognize this from my previous project because I hadn't finished it up. It is quite old. This is what's left here. And I want to work on this during the summer, and then once I find that it's no longer sort of seasonally appropriate, the color, I'm just going to put it in my back to MAC pile because it is so old and I don't want to keep it around for another year to use it again next spring/summer, so it's do or die for this one. We may as well just go through all the ones that are carried over from my previous project just to get them out of the way. So next up is Naked from Urban Decay, and this is almost done. It is so close. There it is there. So I'm really hoping to be able to finish this one up within the first month, possibly two. I want to focus on Flamingo more so than this, although the temptation is there to just power through and finish this one up. Because this one I can wear all throughout the year, there's not as much of a time crunch, if you will, on this one as there is on Flamingo, so we'll see. Next is the Lure Primer from Guerlain. There is the mark there on where we're at. There's really not that much left in here, and judging by how much I was able to get through in the first month that I tried panning this, I should be able to finish probably, if not by the first update, then by the second. I'm also carrying over my Pixi Eye Brightener Peachy Corrector here. There it is there. I really just want to use it up. It's been kicking around in my collection for quite some time, and I'm just worried about it getting really dried out, although it seems to still be going really strong, so power to Pixi, that's fantastic, but I just want to finish it up. I have another color corrector as well, and I don't want that one to get old while waiting on this one, so it's time to focus on it and just get her done. And finally, from my previous project, I've brought back the Burberry Earthy Blush number 7. There it is here. It obviously has pan going on it already. But I would like to finish it up. Frankly, I've been using it as a bronzer. I use it as an eyeshadow. The only thing I don't use it as is a blush, but I would like to just focus on this and see if I can't finish it. Now on to the other products. Now I've included 15 in total, although I'm really only trying to get through 10, just as a safety net, frankly, and some of them are easier than others. This is a brow pencil from ColourPop Cosmetics. I've had it, I'm going to say at least 2 years, possibly 3. At least 2. It doesn't retract back down, so I can't wind it all the way up. I have no idea how much is left in here, but the packaging itself is starting to crack. It's been kicking around for a very long time. I do actually like it, I just never really give it much attention because I like the brow gels better, like the Gimme Brow and things like that. So I just want to focus on this and try to finish it up. Another one that I'm trying to finish up is the Moisture Renew Universal Transparent Lip Liner from Rimmel. Again, this is something that's just been kicking around forever, and there's really not that much. that's all that's left, and hopefully, if I can just remember to use it, that's the trick for me, I can use that up within the first month, I would imagine. Another one that I can't really quantitatively show or track is the cushion foundation from Wet n Wild. There it is here. This one's in the shade 107A Cream Ivory. This one just tends to be a little bit dark for my natural skin, which works out perfectly because I am hella tanned. So I'd like to use this one. And I find that these cushions do dry up rather quickly, so I don't want it to just sit and languish and dry up sitting in the drawer. I want to actually get some use out of it. When I did my declutter series of videos, I did the face powders declutter and emptied out all of my drawers and set everything out in front of me and found the Becca Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder, which I had completely forgot that I even owned. Which is ridiculous because this thing was not at a price point where you should just buy it and forget about it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was over $20. I hate to think that it was over 30. I don't think it was, but it was definitely over 20. So I'm just going to try to use it up. So that's what the inner packaging looks like here. I really haven't used much at all of this because I used it a couple of times, put it in a drawer, and promptly forgot about it. So, signs you have too much makeup. So let's see if we can get a look at where it's at there. I don't know, this one's going to be hard to really sort of get a good idea as to how much is in there, but here, let's do it this way. Let's put, and I'll just draw a line as to where the powder is. This is not an exact science, right? There. That's the way that it's just settling in there right now. It gives us an idea. It's not perfect, but it gives us an idea. I'm going to include another perfume because it's a rollerball. I don't kind of know how I feel about rollerballs at this point. Don't like them. This is Roses from Chloe, and it's right at the very top, although I've had this for quite some time because I don't like rollerballs, and because right now the perfume is nice and clear. You can see right through it. There's no cloudiness to it, no murkiness, but give it time because it'll happen. So I have just been leaving it to sit there, and I really like the scent of it, so I need to use it. So I'm going to use it. I also have a little sample here. This is the Hourglass Vanish Champagne Flash Highlighting Stick, and I've barely used this at all. There's really not a lot of product in the sample, but I feel like this will go a long way because I don't put it all over my face. There it is there, and it is quite pretty. There it is. So I'm going to try to give it some love. I just have to remember to apply it before applying powder. And that'll be a trick. The last 4 items have just been sitting around forever, and for whatever reason, I keep saving them every time I do declutters, and at least 3 out of these 4 I subsequently never use. So I'm forcing the issue by including them in this project, and when the first 10 items of the project are done, I will then assess at that point whether these 3, because I suspect they're not going to be part of the 10 that finish, but whether these 3 remain with me or see their way out of the building. So up first is the 24-hour Glide-On Eye Pencil in Stag from Urban Decay. I've had it forever and I don't use it, and I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with it, I just don't use it. How are we going to measure this? Okay, we'll measure it this way. There. There's a comparison. It's about how much perfume is left in my rollerball. Another one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in Dusty Lilac. It's a beautiful shade. I just don't tend to reach for it. I don't know why, because I really like the ABH formula for glosses. it's starting to smell a little funky, which makes me question whether I should even keep it in the project, but they normally smell like cake, and this one is smelling a little bit like cake if the icing was made of cough medicine. It doesn't smell rancid, like it doesn't smell gross, it just doesn't smell the way it used to, so it's on its last legs. I'd like to get some use out of it. I can't tell if it's right at the very top or not, but let's just keep using it and then we'll see where that gets us. Another one that I really like it, but I never use it, and I can't explain why, but it's the NARS Dual Intensity Eyeshadow in, I'm going to call it Dion. D-I-O-N-E? Dion? I'm going to call it Dion. And it's just like a metallic pewter shade here. And it is absolutely beautiful. There it is on the finger. And swatched out. But me and singles, we just don't tend to get along all that well. I just never think to reach for them. So I'm hoping that including this in this project will remind me to use it. With this one, I don't really have any great hopes of actually finishing it, but my goal on this one is just to hit pan. That brings us to the last item, and this is the one that makes me a little bit nervous, and it is the Pro Sculpting palette from Makeup Forever. It's just cream, highlighting, blush, contour creams. I don't know, it's late. And I've talked about this before. I don't tend to reach for it because they're cream products, and I just find cream products to be a little bit more time consuming to work with, and in the mornings I typically don't have a lot of time. But it's summer, Aspen's camps start about 20 minutes later in the morning than when school drop-off time is, so I'm finding that I have a bit more time available to me, so I would like to focus on these ones, particularly the contour shade, the blush, and then the matte sort of highlighting shade here. I'm not a big fan on the sort of shimmery ones, so I'm really just focusing on the three. And if I can hit pan on all three, then I'll count this one as a success. Okay, just double check to make sure that there are actually 15 items, and there are, so we're golden. So that is the start of my new project. It is currently July 16th, so I'm going to aim to put up updates every 16th of the month. If I'm finding that there's really not an awful lot of progress, then I might skip a month, just because I don't want these to become redundant or boring. You can let me know down below if you enjoy seeing these kind of videos, even if there's not a lot of dramatic progress made, or if you prefer to just do them every other month so that you can really see the difference in the products. Let me know. But my plan is to do monthly unless there's really not a lot of progress made. For now, let's just leave it as I'm excited about this project. I really do want to see some great progress on these products. If you're doing any sort of panning, whatever project, or just panning in general, just let me know. I would love to see your Instagram posts or watch your videos. I find it very motivating and helps me continue to focus on the same products over and over again. And we're a nice little community here, so let's all be supportive and help each other out. And with that, that's going to conclude this video today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now, guys.